Hey, hey. So I think now it's time to make a new video. So for the last 4 months, since March, I have been developing an open source city building game, and I'm going to release it today. So the name of the game is Metrum Rise, and it's going to be basically SimCity 4, SimCity 5, or SimCity 2013. And City Skylines 1 and 2 clone. So it's like a modern city building game, not like a medieval game. But let's go to the game. It's maybe better that I show this to you guys. So it's open source. You can download it and modify it, whatever you want to do it with. License is GPL version 3.2. So this is the like a test map. This is just one few hundred meters. And this is similar to the SimCity 4, that there is this is the map and there is like edges or sides of the map. So here down here is the menu, and here are the RCI demands and amount of money and how many agents there are currently in the city, and is the game running or not. And there is the button to destroy. So let's start with the roads. I introduced these. So there is 2-lane and 4-lane roads, and I can make a straight road. That. And when I make a road, it gives me like a helper. These are the helper. So if I want to make another road from here to here, I know that that's like 80 meters. And this is 4-lane road. And this, I think it integrates, or these two roads connect to each others quite nicely. There is not like a sharp corners and stuff like that, and all the decals are automatically generated like these crosswalks. And two-lane roads as well, like so. So here's the second 2-lane road. I can make a rounded, a splined road. That's a curve over there, and we can connect these hopefully, because there is a lot of bugs in this game. Sometimes these roads do not connect, like we can see the roadbed too tight. Let's see if we manage to connect this. Yes, these seem to connect in smaller pieces. And how about this one? Yeah. And here we can see that it makes a transition from 4-lane to 2-lane. And with the G button, I can remove the helpers away. What else? We have 1-lane roads, or one lane, 1-way roads, and 2-lane, 1-way. These are identical visually to the normal roads. The decal is white and here is yellow. Let's continue connecting those. Still seems to work. This is difficult. Sometimes this doesn't work. Now it did work. So these are roads. Oh yeah, I have to mention that I have bridges as well. So let's make a bridge. And with the page up, I can lift the road like so. Can make it go over another road. And let's see, am I able to connect it? If I go down here, do we get a connection? Yes, but it seems to be a quite bumpy connection. So there is a lot of bugs. Like here, the decals, the bridge is too low, or I have to fix this, that it connects to the bridge, the crosswalk, and also the pillar is in the middle of the road. And when I say that I'll have to fix it, I mean that the AI has to fix it. I haven't coded this. AI has been helping me quite a lot. So that's the bridges, and of course I can make at least I can try. Like, am I able to make like a connection over here. God damn it, this is something that has to be fixed, apparently. There we go. Now we can at least pretend that we have like some kind of ramp going over there. Yet again, a little bit bumpy. But it is what it is. It's free, open source. You can fix it. Fix it by yourself if you want. What else? Oh, zoning. Let's make a long road over here so I can make a zoning example. So zoning, we have residential, commercial, and industrial zones, and low density, medium density, and high density. Currently, I have only models, building models for the low density housing, but there is like an asset editor. It comes with the game, and with the asset editor, you can make high density buildings and medium density buildings and low density buildings. These do not level up. That's on the to-do list, that the buildings will level up. There will be multiple levels, level 1, level 2, level 3 low density buildings. So yeah, you can put a like that. That is like one zone, and you can of course drag it, make like a few more. You can change the width. Let's make a little bit larger. So that is like a 7. Can I even fit it? Okay, I can fit it over there. That is 7 by 7. There is no limit at all on how large the zones can be. By default, it is 2 by 2. You can see the preview. But they can be, I think the biggest one that I have tested was like a 6 by 6 or something like that. And also there is a gap. So when you drag it, you can make it automatically gap. This is a gap of 2 meters. And you can of course override these like so, and also free them, make them be whatever. Like so. Currently, there is the bulldoze button. Bulldoze button doesn't delete the zones. The only way that I know of currently to delete the zone is to delete the road itself. So let's see, does it happen? Yeah, the zones are now gone. Let's make another road. Is there anything else about these zones? Probably not. There is a service tab over there. So over here, I've only implemented coal power plant. The houses currently do not require power, or they consume power, but they can import power from the outside connections automatically. But the energy that is provided from the city, it's cheaper than the electricity from outside. So here is a power plant. With asset editor, you can make such buildings. So there is like 3 assets from the Kennys. That's like a free, open or free to use asset set that I bought at some point. So I added 3 buildings over there, and there is like a yard to the location. And what else? There is like okay, there is like a terrain. You can raise and lower the terrain, but this doesn't work currently. Or if I remember right, it's very, very slow, and like it's not too good. You can as you can see, it raises, but you cannot see what you are doing, and it's really, really buggy. But it's something. This has to be fixed at some point. You can help me with that. What else? There's an inspect button. I can click any house. Oh no, the inspect button, I can click any road, and this probably doesn't work. But this is like an old feature that I have. Okay, there was this no buildings button, because earlier I had system that it would automatically did these zones. So there was this no buildings button that like prevented the zoning from appearing, but currently this system is like that you can just drag the zones So probably this inspect button is totally old and obsolete and should be removed. But okay, here is this. But you can click any houses and see some statistics. Statistics from there. Let's make it. So there is no workers. There is budget is 0, and here is I can fund it. So if I want to make it, because the city is paying the bills of the service buildings. So if you want to lower the funding for the building, you can do it so with the slider. And there is I will show you guys later like an economy overview. From the economy overview, you can see it as well. So is there anything else? Okay, there is a cul-de-sac button. This doesn't work, I think. I had like a feature that I will re-implement later with the help of AI yet again. That if I just click the endpoints of the roads, it will make a cul-de-sac at the end of the road. So maybe that is it for now. I will load a new map, and with the new map, let's try out the real gameplay, how it goes. So let's quit it, and let's start it again. A new game, and let's load this Kuopio map. This is a little bit larger than the test map. So this map is 32 kilometers by 32 kilometers. And this is a real life map. This is a city of Kuopio from Finland, eastern Finland. And this map could be larger. This is on I made it 32 kilometers by 32 kilometers because with that amount of size you can get like most of the city features included. And if I go larger, I tried to make a map of 64 kilometers by 64 kilometers. It gets so large that like adding these lakes gets quite annoying, because here in Finland we have quite a lot of lakes going on, and if you just try to find out every single lake from the map 64 kilometers by 64 kilometers, it gets quite annoying. So this map is like this, and it is what I could say, like it is optimized so that the visible range is this, and also all the chunks, there is like a chunks of 500 meters per 500 meters. If I rotate the camera, it unloads the chunks from the view or from the area where you are not watching. And I live next to this lake. I'm not saying the exact position, but anyway. And also the map is quite raw. Like I have the map editor that is not probably working currently. With the map editor, I can lower and raise them. For example, in real life, there is a real life, you can see from the city features, there is like a is going on. There is like a real life road going over here, and there is a real life bridge going over here. It's not, I haven't cleaned these. So let's start the game. So basically, why I went to the corner, the map, is that it works like SimCity 4. You'll have to make like a connection. Like, let's not make so expensive road. So external connection, it is like a SimCity 4. You'll have to connect your city to the map boundary to make like an external connection. So now it connected over there. And now let's make like a few other roads over there. Here. If I manage to do this, because this is like a last addition that I did and looks like it, I'll have to fix this soon, because this is quite annoying. God damn it. Cannot be through. I cannot even connect another road to my example city. Yeah, This is how live goes, live demos goes. And well, I managed to connect another connection over there. So let's add some residential over there and there, there and there. And let's add some commercial over there, and let's make this industrial road. And let's implement this service building over there. So I used all my money. I had 100,000. Now I got 5,000. So if I hit the spacebar, the simulation should start to run. And this is yet another test. I haven't tested too much how the game works with the two connections. So let's speed up the game. Do we get any traffic from anywhere? Apparently not, because the game crashed. I got one agent and a crash. So let's start a new game. So this is what you call early access. But there is like a difference that I'm not asking any money. Let's go back there and let's try again how it goes. Oh, here are the chunks. Those were just loaded, so you can see them briefly. So let's try again. Do we get any better? Let's make a longer road. Let's try again. Let's make so. Okay, now we have at least like a junction over here. Are we able to make some kind of function over there? Yeah, now it looks much better. I managed to spend all of my money already, but let's see if we still get the city running somehow. Commercial over there, and let's put some industrial over there, and let's put the coal plant over there. Do we now get any traffic? Yes. So here is there's a coal plant. So currently, I will pause the game. Coal plant doesn't have any units of energy. Does it show it? Oh yeah, fuel stock. So there is like a service car that brings and goes through the walls and brings some stock over there. And here are the housing. These are slowly building up. So basically what happens is that when the game is running, they will raise up from underground. It takes like a few hours. So let's wait. So okay, this took the key, gave the call to the power plant and went away. So how it goes that this generated jobs. Here are the workers 0, but it should require like 10 workers. And because it requires workers, it generated some residential demand. And because there is a residential demand, the houses spawned. There should be, I haven't tested that too much, like a basic residential growth. So it's not just based on the work, there is like a basic growth, but it's very slow. And also I haven't implemented like features like police or fire department and stuff like that. So the idea is that there is like a basic growth of the residential demand, but the residential demand is affected with the fires and crime when the crime is implemented, and also the education. So now we have few houses here ready. So people are coming. Let's see how this corner went and how the cars look. Where are you going? Oh well, that's not a good corner at all. Let's see how this car goes. Is there like a real arc? No. Yes, this made like a proper arc. This is something that I was working today. That these cars were like teleporting from through the junctions. So that was annoying. Oh, you guys probably didn't notice, but any car that appear, let's speed up the game. These cars, these go through the front door. Where are you going? There. There. This is the proper way to come home. through the front door. So we have 8 agents. So let's show you guys now okay, now I will show it later. So first, okay, so there is now people living in the city, agents. They demand food, and that creates commercial demand, and there is a first grocery store opening. So let's go to the economy. Here's an economy overview. So this shows what is the budget for today, for example, or 7 days or 30 days. Move this somewhere over there so you guys can see the cars appearing. So over here we can see that today, do we have any statistic at all? There's like how much we have spent. Okay, this is not too useful at the first day, it looks, but there is a service. So we are currently funding the electricity with 100%. That's too much. So let's drop it down. So this lowers, the electricity demand is now lower. So it doesn't cost so much for the city. And also it automatically affected over here this plant funding. I can override it. So if I want to have this plant funding 47%, I can do it. And it doesn't affect the funding over here. But let's drop it down to 15. So here is the first citizen going to the work. She has actual legs and she uses the crosswalks to cross the roads. You guys could see that it wasn't too pretty how she went through the junction, but that's how it went. So she has to come all the way over here, and yet again the driveway of the entrance point is over here, so everybody goes through the walls. I will hopefully fix it at some point, or you guys can fix it if you want to, because it's open source game that it actually goes like that. And also there are some visual issues that these houses integrate quite nicely to the terrain, but they do not integrate nicely yet to the roads because the yard it's flat, but the road is going up over there. So what else? Let's speed up and let's run this at least a few days, and let's see how the economy looks after a few days. So the economy, it should reset. These are going to the work or shopping. They actually, if they are running low on supplies, they should go to the shop and buy some food. So this resets the economy overview over here. This should reset or set the statistics every day. So over here, do we have any income? We have small income coming, 5,000, and the last day we spent 130,000. So not too good. So we need to see a few days how it goes. Are we even able to get to the zero? Probably not, because the currently economy is really basic and the money is tight. And let's say that if you want to earn $26,000, it's going to take a while. But that is something that hopefully will improve over time. Okay, and it looks like that the game crashed. So there is some error over there. I'm guessing that there's some loop, because I have had this issue already a few times, that there's some loop that just doesn't stop, and now it's running with the one core. Let's see how it's going. No, it's not doing anything. Okay, so let's stop it. But do I have any? Because I have some. This game has save and load and save feature just for this purpose, because this will crash. Looks like that is crashing quite a lot. And looks like that the save load feature is not perfect, because this is the chunk over here. This is not drawn at all. But anyway, the game should run at least. Because I want to show over here, okay, I have $1 million and I have 96 agents, and all the demands are in maximum because I'm currently running cheat mode. But I want to show you guys the statistics over here. So if you click any house, you can see that it's a resident level 1. There is one household. There is no children at all in this house. There is adults and elders. And here you can see the household money that they have stock. They have 4 days of stocks, units, and restock. They do not have to restock themselves, so they are stable. So about these citizens, let's see if we can find any. Okay, here we have 1 children. So of course children do not work. Only the adults work. Adults and elders, they do not work either. So the city is paying like for the old people. They are, what is the current? I don't remember what is in retirement plan or something like that. Retirement. They're paying retirement money for the elders, and the adults are getting some kind of child support, if I remember right. But the citizens do not age currently. So all the citizens are in this loop that they every day at the morning they wake up and go to the work or shopping, and that's it. And what else can I show now? Let's run this day and let's see what is the economy after 1 day. Now we have run 3 days. What is the economy overview? So yes, here we can see a lot of people going to work. Okay, over here we can see that the expenses are 2.4k and the income is larger, so tax income is 20,000 for 1 day, and the expenses are here. So the city wages are 2.3k, which is mostly the electricity, and the construction service costs are, I don't remember what this is. This is the support. The roads need support, so the roads maintenance. So the maintenance cost is 150 euros or dollars. And here are the benefits, so the retirement, and also if the people are unemployed. So how it currently works, that if for some reason, for example, if I destroy this, let's destroy it, why not? Am I able to destroy? Yeah, let's see what happens to these citizens. Okay, they decided that okay, there's no jobs. Everybody was going over there. So probably now they are going home, and they are unemployed people. And for the unemployed people, the city will pay, was it 3 days of unemployment benefits? And after 3 days or 7 days, no, it has to be more. It was 7 days. So let's say it was 7 days. So after 7 days, they do not get unemployment benefits, and they have to get money somehow. And because there are no jobs, they are not getting any money, and they living in a house that costs, like you'll have to pay for the food, for example, and if you are not able to maintain yourself, you are kicked out from the house to the city streets, and in the city streets you'll have to find a new house or a job or both within 3 days. And if you do not find any way to support yourself, you are kicked out from the city. Of course, when I implement crime, this will increase the crime. If there are a lot of unemployed people or people who do not have any money to buy any food, that will increase the crime rate. Crime rate. And what else? I think I had like overlay, so I have some simple pollution, but it looks like it doesn't work, at least in this map. I had like a desirability for the houses, and it's static everywhere in the map. It doesn't really affect anything currently, because that was like one of the earliest features a few months ago that I implemented, but I didn't implement it properly. It has to be fixed. Was there noise? Oh yeah. There is like a static generation of noise. Each road generates noise, and there's like a noise that doesn't affect the gameplay at all, but it's there. It will be implemented at some point properly. What at the other? I probably have pollution, but pollution is under this broken chunk, so you cannot see that. Do I have anything? Probably not. So from here you can see a few shortcuts and what is the game is about. And here's like a save load features. So yeah, this is the game. Technically, this is implemented with the user interface. This is made with the Godot. And all the computing, like pathfinding, for example, and all the road computing, that these connections that we get like a somewhat nice connections, these are implemented with Rust programming language. So I don't know, is this like a massive mistake? I mean, the Rust is not a mistake, but the Godot, that is the Godot able to process all the data that the Rust is feeding it? I'm not totally sure. But maybe that is not the biggest problem that the game currently has, because you can see that there is some graphical glitches, but at least I am able to make few roads. There are sometimes some graphical glitches like that the terrain goes on top of the road, but it works mostly. And also here you can see that we have like a cutted through the environment. There are some seams that needs to be fixed. But these games, like, this is the sad thing that this works, but over here it was this error that kept appearing. No, it doesn't do anything. So yeah, that I'll try to make the game so that we can have like extreme angles. That if there is a hill, you can make a road over there. So that it doesn't go like in SimCity 2013, that you were not able to do your roads at all. But because this generates the terrain, it causes issues like that currently. That if you make a long road from up down, it doesn't not necessarily follow the road angle that good. So you'll have to make like a smaller pieces. That's like a little bit better, but it still can do this. But anyway, I'm not saying that this is perfect. This is like an early access that is free, and it is not going to be in Steam anytime soon. Maybe never. You can download it from the link in description, and you can test it out how it goes. Currently, this is running in Linux. There is not a Windows port of this game, but you should be able to, if you install for what these citizens are doing over here. Okay, there's ice cream truck outside. But anyway, for some reason, the citizens over there. Anyway, so what I was saying that there is like a Linux version only. There is no Windows version. So what you need to do if you want to run it on Windows, you need to install Windows subsystems for Linux 2. I think this should work over there. I don't know what the performance of the game is over there, but if you have a Linux, just install Godot and Rust, and it should work. About the performance of the game, currently this machine that I'm using, this has 24 cores, in the CPU 64 gigabytes of RAM and 7900 XTX GPU. So it works on this machine. This doesn't require, this requires GPU computing power. It doesn't require, in a small city like that, it doesn't require any CPU computing power at all. And about the GPUs, I don't know what are the requirements are. I tested this with the mobile or the laptop. It had Radeon Vega 8, and the performance was horrible. So you'll have to have faster than Radeon Vega 8. So test it out, see how it goes. Oh yes, last thing about, I have been talking about the asset editor. Okay, release. So how do you run the game? Run sh release. Release is important. Without this tag or flag, the performance is quite horrible. So asset editor. Here is an asset editor. So over there, this is like I can just load one of the already existing buildings. This is a shop. It has a yard over here. I can edit the yard. Like asphalt, it is over there is like a tab. So I can add more asphalts over there or concrete and edit. I have a loading area. Only thing that is currently used is this entrance over there. That this is the entrance point where the cars arrive. But I have added to the asset editor already like a loading area and the driveway. So this is the area from where the cars will come eventually. And also there is a parking over here. So when the parking is implemented, this is what they use. So let's see if I'm able to make a new asset, import mesh, and I'm already over here. We have industrial models, so I can see over here what models I have. About at least the GLP format is supported, so I can select. Maybe I go back here and let's see if we have like a fantasy over here. Let's see, there's a city kit, fantasy town kit. Yeah, let's go here, GLP. Do I have any buildings? These suck. The issue with the models is that it's really hard to find like a proper, good looking free models. That's like a thing. That's not like a possible. So if you guys know how to and want to make models for this game, because I know that there is a lot of asset editors for the city skylines, for example. You could just release those. It's open source. Why the hell you keep them locked? So here's a house. We need to scale it. So out of it, it will fit to the lot. And also I can like make a, let's say like a smaller if I want to do, and also I can give like a number over here. Let's say 7. Is it not working? Yeah, over there. And also I can like select that, okay, what is the placement mode? Is it like explicit, means that, okay, it's like a service building. But if it's zoned, I can select commercial. This is the minimum zone depth and the lot width. So I can make the lot larger, but this minimum means that okay, it is the same number, but the idea was that if you make the lot smaller, you can fit this building to the lots from 2 to 4, for example. And then here's the level, and here is the household capacity. So let's go to the residential. If it's residential, I can suggest flat size, and it says, okay, average flat size is 678. And that means that it can has like it should in fact give like a value over here that there is like 10 households can live in this building, or there can be 10 workers. And if I implement like explicit, I can select like a service class, for example, power. That is the only one that is done currently about the service buildings. There are like these are already here, like the economic profiles, but grocery is done, food processing is done, and the coal power plant is done. All the settings over here, these are done with the text files. So you can just implement a new text entry to the text file, and it should recognize it. Over here, I can give a name for the asset, and like this has these 2 meshes. Where's the another fucking mesh that I added over there? Can I remove it with the delete button? Yes. Now we have 2 part houses. So if I want to make like a multi, I can rotate this and let's implement. Yeah, why not? So if I want to make like a multi apartment complex, I can. This is how it goes. And yard, asphalt. There's asphalt. I can make like a there. Very nice. I can add like a new vertex over here if I want to. Let's go there, and let's there. It's not pretty, but it's at least something. At least some developers release asset editor with the game on the release day. Right. Go back. So I can make like if I want to combine, for example, we have these Kenne assets. So if I want to include this apartment building to be part of the Kennies, I can just select back and it's over there. And here's the name. And if I eventually want to save this export asset, well, I don't want to do it right now, but it's done. And here are the few examples. So here's a single house, and here's the family house. It has a little bit more. What's the difference between these? Okay, this is larger. So this house can there can be for like 4 or 5 people. This can have 3 people. And grocery is over here, and also the power plant is over here. So currently the yard, this overlaps all the assets over here. So I have to move it away if I want to move these. So it is not perfect. It's not even near perfect, but it's something. What else? Dark mode for the editor. And also there is like economy editor. This doesn't work. This has to be redone completely. This sucks. But my idea was that I will make like I want to track like a boxes over here and like make a connections between the boxes and set like a unit prices for the output and input and stuff like that, but this doesn't work. And also there is like a world editor, but this doesn't work currently either. It has some bugs over here that need to be fixed. So yeah, this is now a quite long video, 45 minutes. I think I will stop and post the video to the YouTube and post and open the GitHub repository and put the link of the repository doodly-doo down to the description. So yeah, open source city building game, free for everybody. Mod, edit, do whatever you want. Done by the AI. So if you do not like AI, you can come and fix this game by yourself, by hand. I really don't care how it is done. So yeah, that is all now. Bye bye.